All right, everyone keeps asking me to talk about promos, so we're gonna hop in and talk about promos in Flesh and Blood. Well, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic Saturday. Today in the household, we are cleaning the kitchen and the bathrooms and doing all the stuff to get ready for another week next week. 2 kids is crazy. Anyway, we're going to talk today about promos. Recently there's been a lot of information coming out. There's a new gold foil weapons going to be used as part of the next session of organized play and high level, more competitive play. With the Pro Quest, you're gonna have gold foil weapons as part of the prize support. And then recently I've had a lot of people reaching out to me saying, Louis, what's going on? The Armory promos aren't holding value like they used to. And so I did some research, and then also people keep asking me to do like a market update for the promos. The market updates are more supposed to be like an EV update, like a, hey, is it worth it to open up the box? That was the idea. And with promos, you don't really have that. So I don't really touch on the promos. Also, there's just so many of them. It's hard to like create a snapshot of the market because there's so many of them. And that's what I want to talk about. So many of them and so many different print runs of those promos. The early promos. And first off, I'm going to talk about promos as cards and as playmats, kind of as a whole, because they kind of follow the same trajectory and trends. The old armories, the old playmats, the old cold foils, those are holding up as a premium to the newer ones. I think it's just a supply issue. When you have over 2,000 stores that are getting these promo kits and all the ways that they get them out there, there's just a lot of these current promos on the market. And I think that's why you're seeing a little bit of a softness in the new prices. And I don't think that matters. We're going to talk about that. I honestly think that this is probably intentional, especially with the playmats. This is probably intentional by LSS, and you can do with that what you want. But the main reason for playmats that we're seeing a devalue, and you're seeing playmats being sold for 60, 70, 75 bucks, where they used to only be sold for 150 to 200, is simply put that they're everywhere. Channel Fireball, Star City Games both given playmats to sell their product with. You've got, we had the callings, and everybody came home with 2 or 3 playmats. It's just been, the market has been saturated. But I don't think that's a bad thing. The community came up together of the idea of like creating like my Kitchen Table TCG playmat. There was a time where playmats were $200. So a lot of community members said, okay, well, we'll just print our own playmats and sell them to you. And it was great. It worked really well for me as a content creator and some other content creators to be able to fund their stuff. It also was a huge, I think, not gift, but a huge win for new players who were hopping in who couldn't find playmats, and it worked well. But now LSS is coming in and they're printing more playmats, and so you can now get officially licensed playmat at a more acceptable price, not $200. So that's probably a win. That's probably a good thing, and it's probably intentional on their part to say, hey, people need the playmats to play the game. They don't need them, but they want them to play the game, so let's get more in their hands, which is probably a win. But I think as a consumer, as we look at playmats and promos and all these things, here's some advice for you. And this is what I am trying to do on my side of things too. Only buy promos, the cold foil cards or the playmats that you plan on using. I don't think at this point in time that promos are super investable. We obviously have, and I've done a video like this before, where we have an article from LSS stating that they can reprint any cold foil promos that they want to. So they could come out and reprint any of the heroes, any of the whatever. They could come out and reprint those at any time. And the same holds true with the playmats. I'm not sure if we got a reprint on the Tunic playmat, but they definitely released a bunch more of the Tunic playmat, and the Tunic playmat went from a $500 playmat down to, I think it dropped at some point to like $250. I don't know what it's at now. I don't really follow it that much, but my point being that they can, and they reserve
the right to reprint at any time. So in my mind, that makes promos something that you want to pick up or purchase solely for the use case of you want to make your hero deck look better. You want to flex a little bit. Like, that's the reason to do it, not as this like investment type thing. I really don't think that you should be investing in promos, simply put, because I do think that almost every single promo is going to see a reprint at some point when WTR, if they come out with like a WTR remastered, maybe we get the cold foil heroes again, something like that. I think that we will see reprints of almost every single promo because they've reserved the right to do it. And that's great. They should. Like, that's a good thing. They are promotional materials, and I think that's important. So, now, the other side of this is the gold foils, because as a gold foil, you as a company kind of want your gold foils to be super valuable, I think, because the players, the high tier level Flesh and Blood players, are playing to try to earn money by selling those gold foils. That's kind of one of their main, you've got the cash prizes, but you also have then the idea that you have this rare card. And we've seen some of those prices be kind of hard for buyers to reach, and maybe that's just because of the market that we're in right now, but I keep seeing these gold foils offered in not a ton of interaction with them at the prices that we maybe would have seen, and the whole market's kind of down, so like it kind of is what it is, but it's interesting to see that, because I do think that those gold foil promos are probably slightly more investable than the other ones. I'm still not saying, like, I still think it's a flex piece. Like, I still think, like, if I rather spend $4,000, $5,000, whatever an alpha tunic is, or $4,000 or $5,000 on a gold foil Mask of Momentum, I think I would choose the alpha tunic. As a result of, simply put, I know for sure that there will never, ever, ever be more alpha tunics added to the marketplace. So there's a balance there. I do think, though, that the gold foils will be less likely to get more reprints or kind of an influx of them on the market. So as a consumer, my advice to you is, when you win these promos, when you win these promos right here, hold them true. Hold them as a piece of, like, hey, I did something cool. Unless it's like for a hero that you don't like. Like, I hope that you put your cracked baubles on your tree and you enjoy them, and you don't just take the $30 for them. Like, I hope that you enjoy them and you sit down and just say, hey, this is something I earned or I won, and I can reflect. I love the way Magic the Gathering does their pre-releases with the stamped cards. I probably have a binder, I don't know where it is, it's been a long time since I've been to a pre-release. I probably have a binder full of those Magic the Gathering pre-release cards that I got at pre-release. I never wanted to sell them. A, they were never worth as much as the regular foil version because there were so many more printed. But B, it reminded me of that time. It took me back, and I can remember, I can remember when my buddy Joey pulled the Nicole Bolas, and he had that one, and we had conversations about it. And like, when I see that card and that stamp, it brings me back to that memory. And I hope that the cold foils from your armory events bring you back to, hey, I won, or hey, I won the raffle, or hey, I had fun. Me and my friends, we went to Taco Bell and we hung out and we had food, and then we went, and it brings you back to that memory. And that is, in my mind, the purpose of promos, to give you a reason to go to your LGS, to give you a reason to play in an event, to give you a reason, something that's exciting. I think the cracked baubles did this perfectly. It doesn't matter what they're worth. The reason was that you wanted one. You wanted to win one. You wanted to put it on your tree. So cherish those cold foil promos as like a win. Like, hey, I did this and I can remember doing it. The last thing I want to hit on is, as a market, as the market, I think I miss buy a box promos. I don't understand why we got rid of these, and they didn't make any announcemements. They're just not there. We're not seeing them for Tales Unlimited. We saw them for Monarch Unlimited, where they gave us the foil heroes, the foil versions of the heroes in the box. And it helped stores sell Unlimited. And here we are, and Unlimited's really hard to move, and there's not that buy a box promo. And I think that the buy a box promo, again, I think Magic the Gathering does it pretty well. They have a separate, different artwork, and sometimes it's even a card that's not in the set as a way to reprint things. I really, really hope and I really, really think that a way to solve some of these reprint issues isn't necessarily to put cards in the box. Something like Command and Conquer, I think we are going to see an Arcanite Skullcap in Everfest, but something like Command and Conquer E-Strike, instead of putting them in the next release in the next box, put them as a promo in a as a buy a box or buy a case. For every 4 boxes you buy of Everfest Unlimited, which is a thing, for every 4 boxes you buy of Everfest Unlimited, you get a Command and Conquer cold foil promo. Something like that, that you print enough of them so that they're not worth $1 billion and people are just, whatever, but that you incentivize the idea of buying these products that aren't performing maybe as well as they once were with the unlimited products because of the print run of first edition. So I don't know, just some thoughts. I think there's some room to grow there. And then the last thing for the market is make them spicy to get into the events. That's why I love the cold foil cracked bauble. I think this is the perfect type of promo for an LGS event. It gets people in, it's thematic, it's fun. I think it's exciting, and you want to hold it, you want to keep it, you want it to remember. You will always remember, the armory event that you won your cold foil bauble at. Like, you'll remember that, and you'll hold that, and you'll be like, no, this is cool. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. Let me know what you think about promos in the comment section below, and we'll see you again next video.